Welcome to our fifth lesson of learning Ndebele. I hope you have been practicing what we learned so far. And we are still dealing with consonants in Ndebele. Consonant sounds make the bulk of the sounds that are produced in Ndebele. That's why we are taking, quite our time learning these consonant sounds, because you cannot utter a word if you cannot produce the sounds that make it up. Okay. Now, previously we just looked at these consonant sounds according to the alphabet, to the letters of the alphabet. But now we want to be a little bit more technical and look at these consonant sounds according to the places of articulation. And this will help you to learn these better and faster. So you will notice we've got categories here. We've got bilabial sounds. Bilabial sounds are sounds that are produced by the two articulators known as the lips as they come together. Okay? So sounds that are produced by the two lips coming into contact with each other. And then we've got the labiodental sounds. Labiodental sounds are sounds that are produced when the lips come into contact with the teeth. Okay? When the lip comes into contact with the teeth. That's the labiodental sounds. And then we've got the alveolar sounds. We've got what is known as the alveolar ridge just behind the upper teeth, the upper incisors. The ridge that is before that is called the alveolar ridge. There are sounds that are produced from that places, and we're going to discuss them just now. And then we've got the palatal and the prepalatal sounds. These are produced at the palate, right? Which is a place a little bit further inwards from the alveolar ridge. So we've got the prepalate, that is just in the middle of the ridge and the palate, and then the palatal sounds that are produced right on the palate. And then we've got the velar sounds. The velar sounds are produced on the velum, or some would pronounce it as the velum. The velum is where the velar sounds are produced or articulated. And then we've got the glottalic sounds, or the glottal sounds that are produced round about the glottal region or around the epiglottis area there. So each of these sounds, or these consonant sounds, are named after the places where they are articulated from, as well as their manner of articulation. And by manner of articulation, we're mainly referring to whether the sound is voiced or voiceless. So we can describe a sound, for example, as a voiceless alveolar fricative. Okay? So voicing is the third element. So we've got voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. So I've said voiceless alveolar fricative. That means we're talking about a sound with no voice that is produced at the alveolar ridge. So the voiceless alveolar fricative is s, s. So the sound s, as in sa, is produced on the alveolar ridge, but it has no voice, and it is a fricative, meaning that the way in which, or the manner in which it is articulated, is such that the articulators just come into close contact without actually coming into absolute contact. They come into close proximity, and so it causes friction of air, hence fricative. In our next lesson, we're going to then look at each and every one of the consonant sounds according to this three-term label. Thank you.